MX, how's it going, buddy? How you doing? Might just be you and me this stream. That's okay. This is true. Chris, how's it going, buddy? Kami, it's not treason, okay? You know I was streaming today. Listen, it's not my fault, okay? This bitch was supposed to stream 3 hours ago. And she started an hour ago. This is not my fault. Played a little Valo today. How'd that go? Chris, how's it going, buddy? Listen, that's that bitch's fault, okay? You can blame her. Try to change music. I will. I'll try my best, buddy. I'll watch VOD. Yeah, you're good, Kami. No worries. Hey, Yane, how's it going, man? How you doing? Yeah, she did put. Yeah, exactly. So it's not my fault. Why you didn't go into that bitch's stream and be like, "Yo, this is bullshit." Okay, you're kind of creeping into someone else's time. No, you said, "Oh, Wiz, you're streaming at your time." Wow, you didn't accommodate her, switching her stream back off a fucking. Get the fuck out of here. Got back to Ascendant? You're lying. No, Kami, don't stress about it. Dude. Just go watch her stuff. It's all good. I'm not stressing about it. You're good. I don't mind. It's all good. I got Chris, I got MX, I got Ayane for a little bit probably. I'm laughing. You're good. You're good. Just watch the stuff, dude. You're off. Fuck. Okay. So R.A. Ranty. Fucking cringe. I'm not listening to both streams, dog. Just keeping it in the background for stats. It literally. Kami, what's the difference between 6 and 7 viewers? 6, 7. Ah, I got you, bitch. I'm sorry. I'm a bad person. I can't tell. Ayane, don't. I'm older than you would fucking. Than you would believe. Okay, let me have this. Okay, so oh, how's it going, buddy? Start with walls closing in, by the way. That's the last one. Okay, sounds good. Thanks, Kami. Oh, how's it going, buddy? How you doing? Appreciate you popping by. So N basically has to be here. No. It has to go R here. So it has to go EN. Energy? Is that a word? I see Kami dual modding. Yep. Certainly is one of the days of my life. Hope you're fucking telling me, dude. I don't know if you've seen in. Thanks, Eve. You're not sticking around. No worries. I appreciate you popping by all the same. I have been having. No. I don't have the word, but so. N, logically, N can't be here, which means it either has to be here or here, right? But then R cannot be here or here, so it has to be here. So R is here, so N has to be here logically. This is the only way. So it's EN. Oh my, I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. I have all the letters. I'm stupid. By the way, are Hazel and Palaz connected? Not that I know of. Fucking thanks, MX. I didn't even see the T. Thank you. Yeah, Hope. I don't know if you've been. I've had such a shit week. Don't even fucking. I'm still like reeling from it. It's fine, but like, ugh. So I hear ya. My fucking tire blew up. Hope on one of my tires on my car. So I've had to work overtime the whole fucking week to get that fucking taken care of. And it just like streaming after work is already like, okay, you know, I get a couple hours in between. I feel okay, I can stream. Now it's literally like I finish work and I start streaming, or like I don't stream, and like I want to stream because I want to read what happens, but I'm just so fucking tired, and it's just like my whole I don't know. It's fine. Attitude, bearing, presence. By the way, can you guys hear the music in the back? I put on, I don't know, I think this was Unaware's suggestion. I put on Persona 3 music in the back. I've never played Persona 3, but the music's nice as fuck. That's something you don't want to do because of work, yeah. Actually, it's so cancer AIDS. Like, I do something I have to do, and because of that, I can't do the stuff I want to do. Like, what the fuck? Like, I work to live. I don't live to work. What the fuck is this cringe shit? Jigs? What the fuck is this be? Fuck. Aerobics, Pilates. Mandela effect. Pilates. My bearing, my presence, my attitude, my... Yeah, Mandela was South African? Nelson Mandela, right? I'm not making this up. Oh, you're thinking like, oh, okay, maybe political movement leaders. Mandela, Gandhi. Oh, how's it going, buddy? King was Tutu. I feel like Tutu was like an African king. Am I crazy? I know King Tutankhamun or something. Am I making this up? I'm not making this up. I feel like I'm... Now, who the last be? King? Let's go. What is bar? So, peace activist Gandhi? What, Gandhi was a peace activist? What do you mean? Bar, plea, Pilates, jigs? Fuck. Ooh, your bearing, your attitude, your presence, your... Aerobics, bar, bootcamp, Pilates, attitude, bearing, carriage? I've never heard that referred to that. What? Don't even get me started, man. What he did to my family? Oh, what he did to his family. I'm sorry. I don't know why I read that as what he did to my family. I was like, Hope, I'm sorry. I'm going to need this lower immediately. What the fuck did he do to his family? What do we do after this? Cuddle. Cuddle. Do 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 do. Gandhi got hope. I know, yeah. Wait, does this count as the shape? Fuck me. Okay, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What? Six, 7. I'm so confused, Hope. Hello, Tiando. Sharon. Noise. Okay, so either sequence 3 or 5. Let's go with Anderson to rule out sequence 5. Nice. Sequence 5 male. 5th epoch. Sequence 5 male. 5th epoch. Later than Anderson. So this is later in the series for sure. No, I read 6, 7. Don't worry. I thought about it. Who's Ernest Boyer? No, Rosego would be way late. It wouldn't be late enough for the series. Mobat? Tracy? No, it's not a female. Idiot. God, I'm so stupid. Save me from myself, genuinely. Who the Beria would be too early? No. Mobet was 4th epoch also, thank you. Sayadis was a woman, right, I think? Frank would be too late as well, because Frank got introduced before Anderson. Grozel would be not 5th epoch. Patrick, Jason, Beria. No, that was dumb. That was dumb. I knew the answer. I couldn't. I was like, yeah, fuck it. Ludwell? Admiral Hal Ludwell? No, not late enough. Viscount Stratford? Oh, that was a hard one. Sorry, I should do the regular one first, idiot. 5th epoch, later, male. Anderson. Sequence 6 then. Because it can't be 4, because that's a no. So sequence 6. Male. Not a red priest though. Later than Sharon, earlier than Anderson. This is also good info. XS, how's it going, man? Kilongos? No, too early. Bro, lucky? What do you mean? Who's getting lucky, bitch? I got it like that, bro. Sherlock? Sherlock was introduced before Sharon. Yes. Negan? So Lone Kingdom, House of Conservatives, probably not. House of Negan, probably not. So Lone Kingdom, Church of Storm. Danetz, no. Father Utravsky, maybe Lone Kingdom? Isn't he afraid that others will report him? It's no wonder the gentleman from my 9 said there were orders filled with lunatics and there's no way to understand their actions, the logic of Nucleus and Lumion? Oh no. Klein? Geo. Fate never repeats itself indefinitely. It always brings us some surprises. Fine. That's cool. What do you say about that, Harsh? How was that? Here? Here? No, he can't go there because of this. Not that rusty. Here. No, sir. My beloved. Yep. Again, I haven't played Persona 3, so the music isn't quite as, I don't know, awe-inspiring for me as it is for some folk. Do you know what I mean? But oh, that's so good. That's really, really good. No, I haven't played Persona 3, Hope. I've played 5. That's the only Persona I've played, in all fairness. It was Unaware that told me to play Persona 3 music. He said it's really, really good. Alright, I'll check it out. I don't know. I don't even know what Persona is about, but the music is great. Oh, you know what? Honestly, this one is actually being a little drowned out by the fucking the rain sounds. It's actually quite. Listen to this. This shit is peak as fuck. Again, I don't know anything about Persona 3, but just listen to music. Okay. I'm gonna get fucking copyright struck, but fuck it, this music is so goated. What the fuck? I know, Chris. I know. I'm putting in that fucking. Pre-order as soon as it comes out, bro. Does it mean anything? Fuck no. Am I gonna get it when everyone else is gonna get it? Fuck yes. But the fact that they have it out in my mind means they're not gonna delay it anymore. Because Rockstar is genuinely not that type of company. I feel like once they have like, hey, okay, we're taking your pre-orders. We're not gonna delay anymore. $120 minimum? Nah. You're in the US, bro. No shot. 120 Canadian even would be really expensive. US? No shot. It's gonna be like $80 US, probably 100 Canadian. I've never played GTA 5 Story. That's crazy. What? 80 euros? I'm gonna guess 80 US. So like 70 euros. I'm like 100 Canadian. Okay, where do I go here? Where do I go? Where do I go? $70 for base game? I'm gonna guess 80 for base game. I'm gonna go 80. But 70 is a potato chip. Hadn't been keeping up with the news. Bro, they haven't released the price. Zelnick confirmed base edition will land between 70 and 80, way less than the value delivery. That's his words. Get fucking rolled. You're not gonna hope. You gotta buy GTA 6. What do you mean? Good. How is this music so... I'm playing Persona 3. What the fuck? This music is so good. Excuse me? This music is killing. I never said I won't play it, but I won't buy it. Oh. Tisk. Listen, I'm not a fan of story games at all. Play Witcher 3 and tell me after, bro. Play Witcher 3 and tell me after. There's no... But you play Witcher 3, you're gonna go, holy shit, I'm so sorry. Not. How's it going, buddy? Play near then talk and near shit. I've never played near. I want to be clear. Here, but that doesn't work. I don't know anything about Nier either. I don't know what the story is. I don't know what. All I know is it looks like a fucking Gooner game, okay? Motherfuckers will tell you to play something like this, okay? And then go, no, it's a good story. Get the fuck out of here, bro. What the fuck is this? What is this? Put on some clothes, bro. Nier's the only piece of fiction that's next to Lord of the Mysteries. Gooner. I've tried the God of War games, including 2017. What? You're lying. 2017 didn't hit the mark for you? You're lying. Dude, if he's talking about like the old God of War games and he wants to say like, hey, listen, I didn't like those because like it's not my playstyle, I still think that's kind of cringy, but I'll take it. If he means 2018, we're gonna have some fucking words. Into Nier's a Gunner game. Motherfucker reading some gender switching ass pleasure inducing gun. Believe it or not, Hope, I'm skipping over almost all of that, bro. I'm skipping over almost all of that, okay? Other way, and then he has to go, and then I... No. Oh my god! This is where the music is from! Kami used to put on this music for when we were reading The Perfect Run. Kami? I don't know, so whoever. Oh my god. I've heard this music so much. I never knew where it was from. You're reading it in your bed at 3 a.m.? Yeah. Your mom and I are reading it together, Hope. She enjoys it, okay? So I read it out to her. She finds my voice rather soothing. I'm garbage. Kill me. And also Shadow Lord is from Nier. Who the fuck is Shadow Lord? I don't know anything about Nier, bro. I'm not gonna pretend to, okay? Get it wrong. Get it wrong, Rasul. Get it wrong. We're gonna tie you, motherfucker. We're gonna tie! You're gonna run out of time! Oh no, if he runs out of time, he wins because he has less wrong than me. Oh, he's gonna be so cringe, isn't... Shadow Lord? Uncalled for? The song down... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, listen. Okay. Calling me a dumbass for that? Totally fair. Okay, you deserve that one. That was fucking stupid. Alright, boys. Who is ready to watch Albus Medici get his ass beat? Been wanting to try RDR2? If you don't like RDR2, MX, don't ever tell me you played it, okay? I swear to God. If you play RDR2 and you come into my chat and you say, I didn't like it, I'm gonna fucking ban you into oblivion. I'm not only gonna ban you, I'm gonna ban you from fucking Easy's chat. I'm gonna ban you from fucking Dara's chat too, okay? If anyone ever starts reading Lord of the Mysteries ever again, I'm gonna become a mod in their chat and fucking ban you there too, okay? Don't you ever fucking say anything bad about Red Dead Redemption 2. Fucking ever. Hope, I don't put my music on, okay? Thanks to you, Pookie. I don't have to put it on. Love you. Just don't ban me here. I don't... No. $8:16. Let's go, boys. Alright, we're gonna try to do another 10 chapters. I feel kind of okay today, still a little tired, but you guys can probably tell if you watched yesterday's VOD, I was fucking dead yesterday. I'm still tired, but we're managing. Got a whole... Red Bull, if you ever decide to sponsor me, you can come back here, okay? Fucking however many years back in time, and just know I fucking love your products, okay? This shit is the only thing that's getting me through this dog shit week. I'm not even kidding. I fucking love this shit. I have a case of fucking 24 Red Bull in the fridge. I'm a fucking addict. People get like Coke and shit. I got a Red Bull. On another note, if someone has not tried the yellow flavor Red Bull, I think it's the tropical version. Oh, it's gonna... Oh no, my green screen's gonna make it all fucking see-through and shit. Fuck. Okay, it's the tropical version. If you haven't seen it, it's so fucking good. Don't drink too many that you don't want to end up like that girl who died because you drank too much. She had like 18 cans of it in like a day or some shit. Okay, fuck it. Good night, Hope. Appreciate you popping by, buddy. Love you. Oh yeah, I gotta put on walls closing and Cam's gonna get mad if I fuck up his first music instruction immediately. But I don't want to. This music is so good. What the fuck? And now, it begins. On the edge of the violent explosion that destroyed the district, Lumin's figure swiftly emerged, fixing his gaze on the site. The ground had collapsed into a massive crater, thin wisps of fog rising from it, though not yet dense. Albus leapt out of the crater, following closely by a 3 to 4 meter tall iron soldier wielding a blue-hot flaming spear. Lumin transformed into a shadowy creature again, blending into the darkness. He decided to observe. Almost simultaneously, he saw a figure emerge from the crater, half blending into the night, half illuminated by the firelight, long hair draping over his shoulders, a chest protruding prominently and a stomach swelling. At a glance, Lumin recognized the now feminine figure, Gusain. Gusain turned into a woman, is pregnant. Lumin quickly pieced together what happened. He remembered adding a bit of Berserk Agent and a Bark Agent, both sourced from the Night Stalkers imbued with the power of the Great Mother. So Gusain was the one who performed the ritual. He had already had some abilities linked to the Mirror World, indicating his previous ritual knowledge and power, partly of the Demoness pathway. The Demoness pathway linked closely to femininity, so with the divine effects of the Corpse Wax Candle amplifying the experience, and the Berserk Agent and the Bark Agent resulting in this mutation. Fascinating. Lumin watched Albus battle with the motherly version of Gusain and the Iron Soldier, which was much stronger than the previous puppets. He had no intention of helping either side. A hunter only struck when it was critical. Frankly, if Albus hadn't taken the head off the abscessed hand, Lumin wouldn't have wanted to kill him right now. Even if Wannick's bait was a great success trapping Albus and Gusain, he may still find an opportunity to let Albus go, to maintain a balance. Until he finished his studies, Lumin didn't want one competitor to dominate. This would likely cause a sudden change in the circumstances, forcing him to prematurely enter the mausoleum before finishing the books. So Lumin observed the fight, patiently waiting for an opportunity to get clues about the abscessed hand's head from Albus Medici, while admiring Gusain's transformation. Hunter battles were always marked by explosions, buildings, their foundations already hollowed out and walls dead. We'll drop some frames there for a quick second. Sorry, boys. Okay, let me go back. Seizing an opportunity, Albus leapt into the air, forming a white-blue flaming longsword and slashing at the Iron Soldier's head. The sword exploded, splitting the soldier's head open, but the soldier didn't collapse. Instead, Gusain's right cheek instantly dented and deformed. In the next moment, Gusain's skull and muscles quickly writhed and expanded, restoring. With this change, the Iron Soldier's head also healed. Self-healing powers from the Great Mother combined with the Sword of Courage trait? Not only can they endure damage, but can share abilities? What kind of monster did I make? Seeing this, Albus turned into a flaming white spear, shooting past the buildings to distance himself. Thick fog enveloped the area around him, covering the streets for a dozen meters. Sensing this, Lumin's eyes twitched, sensing that Albus wanted to flee. He would too. Facing the mutated Gusain and the near demigod soldier, a slight misstep could result in severe injuries or even death. Even if he had fought and won, he wouldn't emerge unscathed and would likely have to face villains attracted by the commotion. An enemy's death was a good outcome, no matter who killed them. As the war fog deformed, Lumin saw a figure atop the nearby ruins, Wannick. He took a step forward, raised his hand and lifted his head as if praying to a deity. Maurora's already volatile weather suddenly whipped into a hurricane, uprooting trees and forming a vortex. The hurricane blew away the fog, revealing Albus's position. A citywide hurricane? Only a demigod could do that. Not even all demigods. Right. Given the weather here and Wannick's connection to 001, it's not as terrifying as I thought. Lumin's gaze sharpened as he noticed Julie, clad in a cotton nightgown, appearing in the shadows. The demoness held a mirror reflecting part of Albus's image. Julie, acting now, perfectly coordinating with Wannick. Everyone present sensed Albus was in trouble and without prior arrangement made the same choice. To nail Albus's coffin shut. This is the game's rules, the rule of a hunter and a demoness. Without power constraints like notarized documents, alliances are fluid, constantly shifting. If someone shows weakness, everyone will target you, giving you no choice to recover. Lumin saw Julie raise her right hand, covered in black flames, wiping it across the mirror, reflecting Albus. Simultaneously, Albus burst into flames, turning into a crimson fire that shot out in all directions. Some of the flames turned black, becoming calm from blazing, ultimately falling into the underground hollow. The remaining crimson flames regrouped around 10 meters away, reforming Albus's body. His aura weakened, his eyes appeared blazing white flames, and a spear shot out. Lumin joined in, attacking the dog. Seeing this, Albus's red hair ignited, extending downwards, as if turning into a shoulder-length hair. His face took on a faint blue hue. The spear exploded before hitting him like a burst firework. Lumin's figure appeared behind Albus, his eyes shining. He swung a fist at Albus. The fist slowed, as if bearing a heavy fate. He was attempting to fate exchange Albus. He didn't expect success of course. He had aimed to quickly browse Albus's fate, finding fragments related to the Apsis hand to locate it. This was most crucial for him. The river of complex symbols filled Lumin's eyes, materializing countless fate fragments. Ignoring the rest, Lumin searched for his target quickly. In a blink, a fate fragment enlarged before him, Albus holding a rotten blue-black Apsis hand's head, walking to the underground mausoleum entrance and tossing it. In the mausoleum? No wonder I couldn't sense it. Quite the hiding spot. Quite the fucking provocation. Lumin now felt it wasn't a bad idea to kill Albus. He really knew how to fucking piss him off. The next second, before the fate exchange, he lost sight of Albus's River of Fate. The Medici descendant, realizing Lumin was behind him, turned into a spear, shooting out. The soldier created a blue-white fire raven, chasing the spear like living creatures. Gussain raised his head, preparing to emit a shrill screech. Julie disappeared into the shadows again, but grey-white threads of spider silk appeared before and besides Albus's spear. The hurricane hadn't stopped. Wennick leapt into the air, forming a massive blue-white broadsword ready to slash at Albus. I love how Albus thought this was going to be a 2-on-1, him and Gussain versus Wennick, and now it turns out it's actually a fucking 3-on-1. And he's about to get fucking, well, actually 4-on-1. He's about to get fucking mollywopped. Albus's blazing white spear shot out and was about to crash into the layered grey-white web, but suddenly disintegrated. Within the raindrops, like flaming fragments, Albus's figure emerged, falling to the ground to avoid the demoness's web. The fire ravens created by this iron soldier curved in the air, correcting their flight paths and locking onto Albus yet again. Wennick, who had leapt up to use the hurricane, descended, using his broadsword to strike heavy. The explosions and sound of metal clanging erupted. The fire ravens surrounded Albus before he could even touch the ground, attacking him relentlessly. The blast wave and spreading white flames threw Albus up right into Wennick's broadsword. The broadsword struck as if hitting metal, producing a cracking sound. The resulting force slammed Albus to the ground from a height of 2 or 3 meters. The impact caused the ground to cave in, revealing an underground hollow, and Albus fell. As soon as Wennick landed, he prepared to jump into the hollow to prevent Albus from escaping. Suddenly he hesitated. He could only create hurricanes in Marora and let them wreak havoc, unable to direct them underground. Fighting another hunter in the fog-filled, low-visibility hollow wasn't smart. By this time, Lumin had finished attempting the fate exchange and withdrew his fist. Suspecting that Albus's intended escape destination was either outside the ruins or the underground hollow. The Descendant had never planned to easily break through the obstacles set by the hunters, demoness, and monster. He showed this tendency deliberately, using their obstruction to forcibly break through the already unstable ground and fall to his real destination. That way, relying on the environment to escape. Disguising his true intentions to confuse his enemies. No wonder, he is a Medici after all. Meanwhile, he also noticed Albus's defenses were astounding. Not only did he withstand the Fire Raven bombardment, but he also blocked Wenix's Cull Strike, emerging with only minor injuries. Slowly, metallizing his body to an extent couldn't achieve this. Lumin suspected Albus had an item or companion similar to the Sword of Courage that shared at least half the damage. Considering Albus's abilities surpassed that of a Sequence 5 and some Sequence 5 capabilities, Lumin reasonably deduced a special connection with Medici, allowing him to share some of the latter's power and endure some damage. If not for being in Marora, the land ceiling 001, Lumin believed Albus could have borrowed true demigod power. As the soldier prepared to jump into the fog to chase Albus, Gussain raised his head and let out a sharp howl. Lumin and Wenix's head buzzed, their thoughts scattered, life force draining. In the darkness at the edge of the district, crack, a mirror shattered, revealing Julie. In the next second, Gussain fixed his gaze on Lumion, ignoring Wanik and Julie, caressed his increasingly swollen belly, and his eyes turned vicious. Under his will, the near Sequence 4 Iron Soldier abandoned the pursuit of Albus, targeting Lumion. Seeing this, Lumion endured the headache and buzzing in his ears and smiled and waved at Gussain and the soldier, then disappeared, leaving Gussain and Wanik and Julie. Bye-bye! Lumion teleported to the entrance of the Church of Knowledge just as the two teams of black-robed enforcers rushed out. He walked to the cathedral, found a corner and sat on the ground, pulling out a borrowed book from his bag, and began studying. He said, fuck this shit, I gotta go do me some reading, I got an exam in 48 hours. Bro, what a good kid. He was concerned that the child Gussain carried may pose a threat and target him, so he sought the cathedral's protection. I'm studying so diligently. Show some appreciation, won't you? In the ruins of the mostly collapsed building, Wanik noticed Gussain's belly had swollen even more, looking like a woman about to give birth. The belly started writhing as if something was trying to break free. Wanik froze, immediately raising his hand and head towards the sky. Clouds gathered and Maurora's weather changed again. Lightning snakes darted through the clouds, converging in a tree-like lightning bolt as thick as a bucket, striking down. A real rewatch. No worries, evening. Go have fun. I know she's doing her volume ender. You're good. Oh my god. All of fucking Perfect Run was Persona 3 music? You're kidding. That's so good. The terrifying lightning targeted Gussain and the baby. Gussain vanished, hiding in a wasteland, but the silver python pursued him relentlessly, piercing through the void, striking the belly. Bang! The thunderclap woke the city's exiles. A wasteland shattered like a mirror, revealing Gussain's blackened belly, emitting a burnt smell. A charred lump of flesh fell from his belly, struggling briefly, then laying still. Gussain's life force drained, and he collapsed. His flesh rapidly shriveled, turning him into a mummy with large, blood-colored blisters. Another bolt of lightning struck him. Gussain twitched a few more times, then died. Damn! Listen, Wanik may not... I don't like Wanik. I don't really hate him too much either. I don't know much about him. But damn! This motherfucker said, Leo Darrow! And just fucking took down a damn near a demigod. Oof. Mom! The Iron Soldier cried, running to Gussain, crouching down and picking him up. Julie seized the opportunity, reflecting the soldier in her mirror and covering it in black flames. The soldier was engulfed in black flames instantly, burning from the inside out. It stood up, wielding its spear, and charged at Wanik and Julie in a frenzy. For a while, ravens, fireballs, mirror fragments, and spears and burned rained continuously, with explosions echoing non-stop. As Julie prepared to escape using mirror substitution, leaving Wanik to face the soldier alone, the soldier began to tremble. Still burning with the demoness's flames, its leg seemed unable to support its own mass, showing signs of rust and melting. Metal parts covered in flames fell off the body, and soon the soldier turned into a pile of scrap. Wanik, who had been struggling, sighed. All strength and no brain, he sneered. Bug, how's it going, man? With that said, the most dangerous person in Maurora turned his head and looked at Julie. Julie's gaze first fell on his face, then moved to his crotch. The demoness shook her head in disappointment, regretting adding the black flame curse to the soldier too early, missing the chance to see Wanik weakened. Wanik squinted as Julie smiled and retreated. Finally, the enforcers arrived. In the fog-filled hollow, Albus stood in a corner, leaning against the wall, hair disheveled, clothes tattered, a cigarette in mouth. Nobody followed. I was hoping to give you a surprise. After the explosion subsided and the enforcers returned, Lumion left and headed for the bar. Archbishop Harroberg hadn't appeared. Lumion didn't hurry to sleep, conjuring a white flaming ball and continued reading. Soon, Julie returned and knocked on his door. Lumin suspended the fireball, opened the door, and saw a neighboring demoness with moist eyes and flushed cheeks. She held a blood-colored object. Wannix? No, I didn't get the chance, Julie sighed. She then accused Lumion, which was her reason for knocking. Why did you leave early? We could have killed Wannick. If I hadn't left, something you wouldn't want to see might have happened, Lumion chuckled. I'm in a partnership with Wannick. Julie scoffed and walked away. Bug, you and Unaware told me to. What? I wouldn't say no to you guys. Listen, I am nothing if not open to suggestions, okay? I'm nothing if not open-minded. That's what I say. Of course. Hope you don't regret today's choice, Julie said, smiling at Lumion. Don't regret today's choice. Lumion watched Julie's back as she entered her room. And he could guess what she meant. You'll regret not killing Wannick today. Julie must place a lot of weight on Wannick. Does she think he'll affect the outcome of the mausoleum? Lumion muttered to himself, closing the door and returning to his desk. He understood Julie's concern. Wannick had demonstrated his unique ability to manipulate the weather here, creating a hurricane powerful enough to disperse the fog of war covering the entire district. From Lumion's later observations, Wannick had even summoned terrifying lightning storms. Although Lumion wasn't too sure if these abilities had limitations, relying on the possible current weather and only being able to guide it to similar conditions, Wannick proved he was, in many ways, akin to a demigod. Most importantly, with Lumion's understanding of 001, if Wannick had truly submitted to 001, he would have exhibited some more abilities. I remember the night Wannick was ambushed. The weather was clear, while tonight's cloudy. Lumion held a book borrowed from the Church of Knowledge, but didn't read it as attentively as before, instead thinking about Wannick. After a while, Lumion silently laughed at Julie. In her eyes, tonight was indeed the best chance to hunt Wannick. Gusain had undergone a terrifying mutation, and with Julie and Lumion and himself, they had a good chance to take Wannick down. But the problem was, if Lumion hadn't teleported away, he might have become the primary target of Gusain and the soldier. In that case, Julie would likely see it as a great opportunity to kill him. Do you really think I'm that stupid? If Wannick dies with Medici wounded and Gusain and the soldiers destined to clean up by the enforcers, wouldn't the demoness become the sole dominant force? Then facing their coercion or attacks, I couldn't find any allies. Such a situation would drastically change the power dynamics here. After determining the whereabouts of the abscessed hand, he could focus on his studies. Before that, he thought about what Albus and Julie intended to achieve. With backing away from gods or king of angels, they likely weren't just aiming to leave a mark on 001. Coordination to steal 001, eh? The Church of Knowledge is one of the 7 major churches. You think it'd be so easy? Relying solely on violent means is probably not feasible. The Demoness and Medici would know this, or they would have acted. Do they need 001 to undergo some change? And while I have some clues on how to get 001, I have no idea how to leave a mark and gain its favor. Do I need to rely on the remnants of Alista Tudor's aura? Or is it related to one of my previous speculations? The Demoness probably wants it to become a great old one. Medici wants it to become a god. But then... yeah, I guess she doesn't need his sequence 1. No, she needs his sequence 1 characteristic too, right? Why doesn't she take a characteristic from him for sequence 1 and be like, buddy, let me put you a peg down, okay? Lumion ended his thoughts and read for nearly another hour before lying down to sleep. In Morora, he slept lightly, always on guard. If he experienced symptoms like fever or cough, he would wake up and teleport to the cathedral immediately in case of a demoness's plague. If it weren't for the accumulated negative effects of not sleeping for several days, he would rely on the automatic fatigue removal and the spirituality restoration at 6 AM to stay up all night. At the same time, this misled Julie and the others. If they discovered he could stay energized without sleep, they may infer changes occurring at 6 in the morning. preventing Lumion from utilizing the special refresh state. No. Oh, sorry, Chris. I see. My speculation is that Medici has 2, we know this. But then I speculate 001 is a sequence 1 and a uniqueness. I think it's both. 7 or 8 minutes, sorry. At the same time, this misled Julie and the others if they discovered, no, hold on. The next morning, Lumen deliberately, oh, sorry, what I was going to say was, I feel like at some point it's going to come into play. I don't know how, but I feel like at some point, Lumen's going to be fighting someone, okay? And my theory, if Cuttlefish doesn't do this, I would actually be disappointed in him. I feel like it would be so good if in the middle of a fight, Lumen is like tired, okay? And they're fighting and the enemy's like, oh, I got him on the ropes. And then it hits 6 o'clock and Lumen is like, I'm sorry, motherfucker, who's tired? Let's go, let's go, let's run this shit. Oh, let's go. The next morning, Lumen deliberately lingered in bed for half an hour before waking up, brushing his teeth, washing up and heading down the stairs. 7 or 8 minutes later, Julie returned from outside the bar. Went out again? Julie is good at hiding her movements. It's impossible to track her. Lumen looked at her and shifted his gaze back. Julie lightly bent over the high stool 2 seats away from Lumen and remained silent. Les glanced at her and took out some cake. Sweet food can improve your mood, the chef said. I don't need to improve my mood. I'm in a great mood. Oh, you're in a bad mood. Last night you were in a good mood when you knocked on my door. Something happened? As a chef, I must largely judge the current state of ingredients to choose the most suitable cooking method, Les said. Julie's eyes narrowed, losing any semblance of elegance. She seemed on the verge to kill. Based on previous observations, only Celeste, the other demoness, can make Julie's state deteriorate so rapidly. Did they have a fight? My psychological knowledge tells me that Julie seems more worried than sad. She isn't hiding this. Worried. Lumen placed his right hand on the traveler bag, ready for her to lose control. You think that chef is making it? There are no happy endings in this godforsaken universe. Almost simultaneously, he thought of a possibility. As a member of the Enforcers and a listed experimental subject, Celeste was sure to take shifts in the underground tomb or rotate to replace the puppets. For Celeste, who retained some self-awareness, this was both an opportunity and danger. Julie went out to meet Celeste last night and learned that she'd be entering the underground mausoleum, possibly returning as a fully controlled subject without self-awareness. No wonder she's so worried. Lumen began chuckling as he understood. What are you laughing at? Julie said. You might be fine this time, but what about the next time? Or the time after? If you don't solve the root problem, one day you will find an outcome you don't want. Julie's eyes flickered as she stared at the cake. Lumen wiped his mouth and prepared to leave. How much do you know? She asked. Take a guess. Maybe I know nothing. And her expression just gave me the answer. With that, Lumen climbed the stairs. Dude, he's such a piece of shit. Dude, imagine though, how cool, like obviously I don't even know to what extent this thing, but like imagine he's fighting a sequence 3, okay? And the sequence 3 is like, oh, I got Lumen's ass, oh, he's about to get fucking rolled, he's so tired. I still feel good, I'm a little tired, but I got it. And Lumen is like, okay, I just gotta hold out for 30 seconds. And you just start, and they continue fighting, and Lumen's immediately like, alright, it's 6 a.m. motherfucker, let's keep going. I'm good for as long as you are, let's go. And the guy's like, excuse me, I'm so fucked, I gotta go. Trier, Avenue de Boulevard, 6 Rue Belfort. In the 4-story townhouse late at night, after Muggle left, periodic tables and the others circled back, reuniting with the associate professor couple. Sounds hard for you. Glancing at the darkness outside, periodic table sighed. Is it truly okay to put on such an act in front of Muggle? We didn't deceive her, just hoped to elicit her sympathy, the professor sighed. The disappearance of Pilar Camarello, Nicola, suspected of being the mirror person, and the increasingly erratic actions of the hidden sage have trapped us in a predicament, unable to escape on our own. After surviving the April Fool's plot, Muggle has become increasingly mysterious, clearly backed by a powerful force. But she is still kind. Even though she may have noticed something off, she still informed us that divine power that lingers underground and agreed to deal with Nicola. Not just for ourselves, but those we care about. We must survive, Associate Professor said. Periodic Table gave a smile. Half a year ago, I never thought we'd end up like this. How did the powerful and secretive Moses Ascetic Order end up in such a sorry state? The next morning, Franca received a reply from Madame Judgment. The operation against Nicola of the Moses Ascetic Order can commence as soon as possible. The high-ranking members of the Moses Ascetic Order are aware of the Camarello's disappearance. Another pillar will arrive in Trier soon to handle this, but it won't affect your mission against Nicola, if he is indeed the mirror person Griffith. The Moses Ascetic Order knows Camello is missing? How'd they know so quickly? Was it my report or something else? Our Tarot Club's mole in the Moses Ascetic Order seems to be quite high-ranking. Do they provide intel about the arrival of a pillar and the judgment? Isn't Cat Leia part of the Moses Ascetic Order? Am I making this up? At the end of Lord of the Mysteries, didn't Bernadette tell Cat Leia that she needs to go be a part of it or something? Something like that? Because she was like, because we stand up against them, so I need like a mole inside or something. Such a certain judgment. Could that pillar be one of our Tarot Club members? Franca thought, growing more curious. Okay, I will say it, Bug. Listen, this song, good fucking choice, man. Good fucking choice. Seriously? What the fuck? Don't you worry about that. In the evening, in Trier at 35 Rue Saint Nornez. In different straits of invisibility, Franca, Jenna, and Anthony stood at their outside of room 6 on the 5th floor, checking the details of the environment, making preparations. According to the intel provided by the periodic table, Nicola, a suspected member of the Moses Ascetic Order, and possibly a mirror person, was an ordinary employee of a grain company living a regular life, leaving home punctually every day and returning at the same time. The only unusual thing about Nicola was that despite being in his mid-30s, he was unmarried, citing severe intermittent migraines as the reason why women found him unappealing. Sorry guys, give me 1 sec. Hehe, thank you. Sorry, my brother just came in to ask if I want McDonald's. Fuck yeah, brother. Genuinely W, brother. Love that guy. Most days. The only unusual thing about... alright. When Franca read this information, she immediately thought, this matches the characteristic of the mystery prior continuously. Is the Canadian the one the same as the US one? I assume we're talking McDonald's? Yes. There's some differences though, like for example, I think what you guys call the McChicken, we call the Junior Chicken. This is weird. Because I had this once where I was in the States and I was like, hey, can I get a Junior Chicken? And the lady looked at me like, I just spoke to her in French. I was like, huh? And I was like, Junior Chicken. She goes, huh? And then I stared at her and I went, oh, can I get a McChicken, please? And she goes, yeah, sure. And she didn't even address it. She goes, yeah, okay. Like she was just, she was just so out of it. She's like, huh? Huh? Yeah, okay. Recalling the contents of the dossier, truly a fish and chip moment, truly. Recalling the contents of the dossier, Franca emerged from her invisibility and created a layer of frost, making it seep into the keyhole and freeze solid. And the best item at McDonald's is the chicken nuggets? Wrong. And you know the answer to this too. The best item at McDonald's is actually their fries. That's just the truth. Their fries are great as long as they're hot. If they turn even if they become kind of and not too like medium-ish in temperature, they're fucking garbage. Just throw them out. Disgusting. Ew. But hot McDonald's fries are peak as fuck. Taking advantage of the fact that this ordinary employee hadn't returned home from work, Franca took out a mirror and began dividing it to avoid any traps. Bedroom, living room, guest room all have full-length mirrors, and they're set up 15 or 16 portable mirrors. If you're not a mirror person, who the fuck would have that? Franca mumbled. She was also conveying the collected information of Franca and Jenna. Of course, there was another possibility for so many mirrors, that Nicola was a demoness. But it was obvious this person was not an exceptionally attractive female, nor a female at all. Fries need to be crunchy, way more crunchy? Disagree. I like greasy fries, okay? McDonald's is not greasy fries, but you know what I will go for occasionally? Not too often, because I can't have that much grease often, but fucking Popeye's fries, man. They're greasy as fuck, but like sometimes, if you're like drunk and you're like, yo, I want to go get some food. Popeye's fries hit so good. What? Oh my god. Franca went to the full-length mirror in the living room. I am partial to sweet and sour is good. I am partial to the barbecue though, Chris. Franca went to the full-length mirror in the living room, looked at Jenna and Anthony, a figure in the hallway, and said, "I'll ambush behind this mirror. Follow the plan to force the target into this mirror. If he uses the mirror world, we can confirm he's a mirror person." As she spoke, black flames quickly burned around the room, erasing traces left behind by the previous search. Jenna nodded. "Be careful of an ambush behind the mirror, like the one LEMMiNO encountered before. No Popeyes in my country? You live in a prison. You live in a prison." We don't have Five Guys in the state in Canada, Chris. We don't have a even in I thought Five Guys is only like Cali and a couple of those surrounding states, right? If you moved out east, you're not even gonna get that out here, no? I think Five Guys is just out like Cali and out west, no? I'm not too familiar because again we don't have it, but from what I feel like I heard this somewhere. Don't worry, magic mirror divination told me there's no ambush. Of course, I won't fully trust it. I'll stay vigilant, Franca said. She then took out the 7-stone bracelet from the traveler bag and tossed it to Jenna. She couldn't help but mutter in her heart, "Out with the old, in with the new." Once Jenna caught the 7-stone bracelet, Franca only in and out is West Coast? Oh. Plus, also, again, I don't really eat red meat, so for the most part, I do like chicken burgers and like turkey burgers and stuff anyway. So, I mean, do we? No, never mind. I apologize. I'm wrong. I'm thinking of In-N-Out. I apologize. We do have Five Guys. We do have Five Guys. I've never actually been because they only have like, because I don't think they have chicken burgers, right? I think they only have like hamburgers and shit, and I don't really do hamburgers, so. Once Jenna caught the bracelet, Franca reiterated, "After confirming Nicola enters the mirror, you both teleport away immediately and use that fixed entrance to the mirror wall to help." "No problem," Anthony said, wearing gloves, closing the apartment door, and warming the locking area, which had become cold from the cold key. This was to prevent Nicola from sensing residual cold and suspected something was wrong. Then she placed her palm against the full-length mirror in the living room. With a flash of cold, she silently pressed through the glass. She then placed her palm against the full-length mirror in the living room. With a flash of cold, she silently passed through the mirror. Behind the mirror was a void, a spider-like web of deep, dark tunnels filled Franca's vision. Keeping a close eye on the surroundings, Franca breathed a sigh of relief and muttered, "No ambush." Confirming this, she leaned against the mirror, peering through the glass in the apartment's living room. Nicola had not yet returned, and outside, the dusk was quiet. Franca's nerves instinctively tightened. She raised her right hand, rubbed her temples, and sighed. It would be great if LEMMiNO were here. This operation was proposed and perfected by her, killing many of her brain cells and making her responsible for achieving the goal without severely harming Jenna and Anthony. In the past, LEMMiNO bore these burdens and responsibilities. She needed only question and use her imagination to complete her part. Being a team leader is exhausting, Franca thought, waiting patiently. In the cafe diagonally opposite, Jenna, now a girl in a black dress and her hood removed, sat by the window, chatting with Anthony. Suddenly, she propped her left elbow on the table, using her palm to press down on her flaxen hair and her voice dropping. The target is back. Anthony, while acting attracted to the beautiful opposite woman. Burger King sucks ass? True. Burger King is so... Burger King, and I don't even like Wendy's. That one's a little more controversial. Burger King, I think, is genuinely agreed that it sucks. I don't even like Wendy's. A double-decker public carriage had stopped by the roadside and a man in his 30s wearing a black wool coat and half-top hat got off. The man was nearly 6 feet, walked steadily with a thin face and distinct features. It's definitely Nicola, Anthony thought. I should probably change the... No, not right now. Jenna then straightened her head and withdrew her left hand and glanced at the cuckoo clock. 3 minutes to go, she said. She meant that in 3 minutes the operation would start. The reason for waiting 3 more minutes in the cafe was to avoid Nicola's instinctual investigation as a mystery prior. Don't exist in my country either? Oof. This was a detail discussed and decided by Jenna, Anthony, and Franca. Nicola, wearing a half-top hat, walked step by step to the 5th floor and stopped outside room 6. He didn't open the door immediately, but raised his right hand and rubbed his temples. Then he closed his eyes briefly and reopened them, his pupils now a deep purple with a mysterious aura. Eyes of mystery prying. Usually Nicola used special warlock spells to weaken the effects of mystery prying to avoid sudden death, but it couldn't be completely sealed. Now he was using it to its full potential to observe the surroundings. Bugs on the ceiling, hair on the cracks, the neighbor cooking in front of the coal stove. Dust floating in the air, children running up and down, rats hiding in the shadows. Pedestrians passing by the street, all these scenes overlapping. At the same time, he saw shadowy curtains around him and dark aqueous light. Before the gaze behind the shadowy curtain could become more pronounced, Nicola ended up ending his observation and closing his eyes. If he continued to look, something unpredictable may happen. The eyes of mystery prying are dangerous. Listeners of the secret suppliant hear things, we see things, both equally likely to encounter the forbidden. Nicola muttered, pulling out a brown leather scroll from the inner pocket of his black wool coat, and chanting, a word in Hermes, myopia. The medical name for nearsightedness, what the fuck? Yeah, I knew that was a word in English too, I just couldn't remember it. The scroll ignited with black flames turning to ash. The deep purple in Nicola's eyes faded into the depths of his soul. Oh, cute. Myopia for mystery priors just means like, let me just see what normal people see. Let me just be near, instead of opening my eyes to everything, just let me see. Who the fuck says myopia? I don't know, I've read that somewhere before, so I knew it was like an English word, and I was like, that's not a fucking ancient Hermes word, I know it. After doing this, Nicola took out his key and opened the door, confirming there were no suspicious individuals or enemies hiding in the shadows, nor any abnormalities around the street. Entering the living room, closing his door behind him, Nicola unbuttoned the top of his coat and white shirt, relaxing. Franca, watching from behind the full-length mirror, took advantage of Nicola's forward movement to grab a beer from the coffee table, extending her right hand slightly through the mirror and pressing it against the glass. When Nicola sat back on the sofa, Franca withdrew her hand. Gulping beer, Nicola read the newspaper he had brought back, behaving like a normal person. Time passed, and as 3 minutes elapsed, Jenna and Anthony left the cafe, turning to a nearby alley, preparing both their shadow hiding and psychological invisibility, returning to the target apartment and hid in their prearranged locations. I'm nearsighted. Oof, couldn't be me. I do have glasses, mind you. So, do that what you will. Haha. They quickly returned to the target apartment and hid in their locations. At this moment, Nicola was still reading, considering whether to go out for dinner or to cook. Suddenly, his throat felt dry and itchy. He coughed once and thought, I drank half a bottle of water. Or half a bottle of beer. Why is my throat so dry? As this thought crossed his mind, he could not but cough again. A strong sense of unease washing over him. Something's wrong. Just as Nicola became alert, Jenna, having heard 2 consecutive coughs from the target through the wall, emerged from the shadows with her hood on, inserting the arrow of bloodthirst into her own heart. I'm -5? Mine is -0.75 -1. So like very minimal. I still try to wear them when I'm going out, but like if I don't, it's not the end of the world. It's quite minimal. Have you thought about what you want to do live stream wise after you've finished all web novels you want to read? MX, I would love to play games because I love gaming too, and then we can also do like anime related stuff. I can make anime videos, we can talk about anime. I would love to be able to just game because it would allow me to do because it would allow me to have fun and then still be able to talk and stuff, which is like great, which is like oh that's awesome. Just as Nicola, her flaxen hair seemed to lengthen, her contours became more refined. Previously, Jenna's beauty heightened by her feminine charm and expression of femininity. Now, her beauty seemed to become a more independent concept. Through the door, she made the shadows beneath Nicola's feet and the surrounding darkness coalesce into an illusory yet solid black chain wrapping around him. I'm not gonna lie to you, I really thought that whole fucking Albus bullshit was gonna take longer. That motherfucker just walked away. He was like, aw, damn it. 4 people fighting me. I wanted them to pursue. I had a trap waiting for them. Cringe. As Jenna used the Abyss Shackles spell from the Arrow of Bloodthirsty, shadows and darkness seemed to come alive beside the coughing Nicola. Under the yellowish light of the gas lamp, they coalesced into a black chain that wrapped around the Moses Ascetic Order member, firmly holding him in place. Nicola, experienced in combat, formed a thought, slowly rotating massive stardust in his right palm. The light in the room dimmed as if night had fallen. In the dimness, numerous stars appeared, not densely packed, but plenty. They cast beams of light that converged into a column, illuminating the entire room. Oh, I plan to play those. They cast, The black chains formed by the shackles disintegrated like shadows meeting the sunlight, and Nicola dissolved rapidly in the light column, shattering. Mirror substitution. One of his unique abilities. Nicola escaped the Abyss Shackles by attacking himself. As a mystery prior, many of his spells required incantations. With his mouth sealed, his abilities were limited. As a result, Jenna confirmed that Nicola was a mirror person. Fog emanated from her back, growing into a pair of large bat wings. The wings of darkness transformed to a swarm of palm-sized vampire bats that flew through the walls and through the door towards the newly freed Nicola. Meanwhile, Anthony ended his psychological invisibility, kicking open the door while aiming a complex, beautiful revolver. Winter is coming. I love how Jenna, right now, just took the concept of darkness, molded it into chains, and restricted him. And Anthony said, oh, check out my fucking magnum, bitch! Anthony was prepared to use certain death effect of this weapon. He didn't intend to use it, actually, because Nicola's mirror substitution could prematurely activate, causing the bullet to hit the mirror. Anthony's current objective was to use a warlock's acute spiritual warning and mystery prying eyes to make Nicola feel his life was in danger, forcing him to escape through the mirror. According to Franca, Nicola, likely Sequence 5 and possibly a mirror person, would undoubtedly sense the danger of winter is coming and recognize its godhood possessing attack. To genuinely trigger the spirituality warning of the target, Anthony needed to complete a psychological suggestion on himself. A simple task for a hypnotist. Thus, Anthony was genuinely planning to shoot, fully intending to use the certain death effect. However, when his finger began to pull, it activated a preset warning, cancelling the suggestion, allowing him to fire a normal bullet. As Franca predicted, the moment Nicholas saw the revolver, a hint of purple appeared in his eyes. He felt an increasing sense of death, his throat itching. This wasn't an effect of winter is coming, but a backlash from the secret of the Beyonder weapon, combined perfectly with the pathogen Franca had spread. Without further consideration, Nicola immediately let a mirror substitution. Anthony pulled the trigger, firing a yellowish bullet with only a disease effect, which, along the swarm of vampire bats, hit Nicola, causing a shattering sound. Nicola, now in another corner of the room, had no intention of counterattacking. He only wanted to flee, partially because he was unsure if there were more attackers, and partially because the gun's danger kept him on alert. Unable to assess the situation, knowing the danger of the demigod-level weapon, he had no choice but to escape. Nicola quickly lunged towards the nearest mirror, aiming to use the mirror to escape. Noticing his move, Jenna slowed her attacks while Anthony's eyes turned to gold, displaying swirling whirlpools. Battle Hypnotism. This spell hypnotized an enemy during combat, for making them perform abnormal actions, but it could not directly harm the hypnotized. Anthony's intent was only to make Nicola switch mirrors, delaying his escape. Nicola hesitated, suddenly feeling the mirror may hide a trap. He quickly pulled out a scroll with a gold foil from inside his pocket and chanted, "Sun!" The scroll was instantly consumed by flames, erupting into a blinding sunlight that turned all vampires to smoke. This affected Jenna and Anthony's vision severely, their eyes filled with sunlight. Nicola seized the moment, rolling towards the full-length mirror in the living room. From the start of the battle, hypnotism to his escape, it only took a second or two. The sunlight faded and Anthony nodded. Jenna immediately grabbed her companion's shoulder, activating the bracelet on her wrist. One of the two remaining diamonds shattered. In the next second, Jenna and Anthony teleported to the query chamber with a fixated mirror world entrance, pressing their hands against the rock. Nicola, who had just entered the void in the dark area behind, couldn't help but cough. The disease he had contracted couldn't be removed by mirror substitution. He coughed violently as he felt of threads binding his body. Webs? From a demoness? Jenna had deliberately been using the arrow of Bloodthirsty to attack him, to hide her identity as a demoness, preventing Nicola from suspecting he was being targeted by a demoness. Or he would suspect a trap behind the mirror, abandoning the mirror world escape plan. As his pupils dilated, Nicola reflexively formed a small, rotating mass of stardust in his hand. Before he could activate the power to destroy himself and the webs, he felt invisible threads caressing him, both from his ear, his face, to his chest. This instantly sent blood surging, and his thoughts sinking deep to his nether regions. As he struggled to gain control of his abilities, he saw a figure at the edge of the tunnel. The figure wore a black robe, leather armor, and hood askew, revealing a pair of heroic, beautiful eyebrows, clear eyes like lake water. This indescribable beauty and lake-stirring charm made Nicola instinctively hold his breath, forgetting to resist. Charm. The intense danger warning allowed Nicola to break free from this beauty, clenching his teeth, suppressing the desire. He was about to activate the stardust in his hand. Franca continued her charm with a smile on her lips, stunning Nicola. Sensitive spots on Nicola's neck, armpits, waist were attacked, making him laugh uncontrollably by some webs. If not for the invisible threads binding him, he would have retreated, twisting his body or rolling on the ground. It was impossible for him to use any abilities right now. What the fuck is this? I love how when Lumien's here, it's like, okay, we're gonna bind him, and then we're gonna fucking lobotomize him. Franca's taking care of the planning. Okay, we're gonna bind him and tickle him, okay? He's never gonna see this coming, boys. Right now, I really do feel like a Black Widow spider, methodically dealing with prey. At the de-affliction stage, if the prey is ensnared without help, they'll be constantly affected, unable to escape. A pity this doesn't work on hunters. They can just use flames. I wonder if I'll be able to transmit genuine pleasure through the webs in time. Her strategy was clear: restrain the enemy, interfere with his efforts, and delay him until his illness flared up or he was charmed. During this process, even if Nikolai used substitution, he would be limited by distance, with his body reappearing within the area covered by the webs. Initially, Franka had already turned this place into a demoness's nest. On one side, he was completely tickled. On the other, his desire was stoked by touches. The beautiful figure, forever seemingly out of reach, became a symbol of all his hopes and dreams for Nikola. He knew he couldn't continue like this. Resolving to endure the laughter, he bit his tongue. The pain pierced his mind, freeing him. He tightened his grip on this whirlpool. In the void, the darkness, behind the mirror, a star lit up, one after another. Above the dark and low void of the mirror world, numerous stars shed light. These beams converged into a column of light, illuminating the mirror world, engulfing Franka, her webs, and Nikola. Franka and Nikola shattered into mirror fragments. These shards, along with the invisible webs, quickly dissolved into nothingness. Awareness! Aw, thanks, buddy! I appreciate you. Are you caught up? There's no way, right? You'd have to be... You gotta read, like, fucking... Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. By the way, Awareness, are you going to be reading Reverend Insanity with me once I'm done this? Or will I lose you for Reverend Insanity? What's happening? Hold on. As the starlight faded, Nikola and Franka reappeared in different corners of the mirror world. Seeing the entrance to the tunnel of webs now obstructed, I don't like Reverend Insanity. So you've read it? Okay. Sensing the entrance to the tunnel of webs now obstructed, Nikola felt a surge of joy. He pulled out a dark grey scroll from his inner pocket and whispered, "Wind." The dark grey scroll ignited with cyan flames, a roaring wind gathering around Nikola, pushing his feverish and muddled thoughts forward at the speed of the wind. Nikola, seizing the moment before Franka could intervene, followed the wind into the tunnel entrance. I'll be here for Persona 3 Reloaded if you get the chance to play that. Okay, I was gonna play a game when I read Reverend Insanity anyway. Maybe it'll be Persona 3. Nikola, seizing the moment before Franka could intervene, followed the wind into the tunnel entrance. But he didn't feel the familiar pull from the other mirrors. He was back where he started. That tunnel wasn't open to him. Mirror maze. After becoming a demoness of affliction, Franka's mirror magic had evolved, allowing her to create scenes of illusion. While waiting for Jenna and Anthony to act, she had woven invisible threads. Do you get money from the memberships? I don't know how it works. Yeah, I get 70% is how that works, Awareness. So 5 memberships, I think, is like $25. 25, I'm not great at the math here, but I don't know. Give or take like 15, I would get 10-ish, YouTube would get. Yeah. Yeah, it's 70-30. If I say this to everyone, you don't have to by any stretch of the imagination, but if you guys are ever interested in supporting the channel, there's a link underneath for Buy Me a Coffee, which does the exact same thing. It just allows me to keep a better percentage, basically. That's it. $17.50, sure, yeah. I don't know. I was doing the math in my head. Okay, I was close. I should just send you the Steam code directly then. Does the Buy Me a Coffee have higher percentage? Yeah, so the Buy Me a Coffee is 95.5, which is about as fair as it's ever gonna get. Like 5%, I understand. They have to like do the transaction costs and all that, and like setting up the site and all this stuff. So I like whatever. That's as I have no argument about that. If I'm gonna eat, they should eat too, you know, that whole thing. Where the fuck was I? I lost my words. These mirrors, influenced by beyond their powers, reflected each other, creating a mirror maze that hid a real tunnel entrance. Nicola had only chosen a false target, the reflection of a real tunnel, and naturally couldn't escape. Taking advantage of this, Franca wove another web, ensnaring Nicola, wrapping him in layers, either making him blush or laugh uncontrollably. Having experienced this, Nicola didn't let himself get entangled. Using his abilities as a constellation master, he broke free again. In the following time, amidst the increasing fever and violent cough, he barely managed to fend off Franca using scrolls in an attempt to destroy the mirrors, creating the maze. I would watch the RI streams just to find everywhere Fang Yuan is a fraud. Listen, man, I don't have any horse in the race, okay? I don't know anything about Reverend Insanity yet. Maybe I read it and I go, listen, it's kind of shit, and the entire Reverend Insanity community hates me. I don't know, man. I am who I am, okay? If I like a thing, I like a thing. If I don't like it, I don't like it. Fuck off. So we will see. A lot of people dislike it. I don't have the natural aversion to cultivation. I think they're called, right? That some people tend to have, so I don't know. Like, we'll see. Gradually, Nicola felt he shouldn't resist or harm the beautiful lady. His breath grew hot, his heart racing, either from the pathogens or her every move. The immense pressure made him suspect he may suffer a heart attack. Without hesitation, he pulled out a scroll etched with lightning patterns and said, "Storm!" As he finished chanting, Nicola coughed violently as the scroll erupted in a dazzling light. I would watch the hour. Oh yeah, sorry, I read that. The silver light expanded, filling the mirror world with a thunderstorm, the accompanying wind pushing lightning into the entrance tunnel, shattering the mirrors Franca had placed. With the sound of the breaking glass, Franca's figure shattered and the maze collapsed, revealing the true tunnels. It's just funny. And Nicola had no time to celebrate, aided by the scroll spell, dragging his sick body and dashing towards the tunnel's entrance. He had scrolls with pure healing effects, but didn't want to miss the chance. Seeing the tunnel entrance within reach and the attacking and demoness reappearing in another corner, Nicola's heart surged with hope. At that moment, he saw two figures in the tunnel's entrance out of the corner of his eye. Jenna and Anthony, who had teleported using the last diamond of the bracelet, had arrived and been lying in wait. During the brief storm, both had been struck by lightning but evaded the worst damage using mirror substitution. One from his or her own abilities and the other using a substitution created by the demonesses. Seizing this, Anthony's eyes turned gold, radiating an aura like a dragon. Fear and panic surged in Nicola's heart, leaving him disoriented, as if facing an unbeatable predator. Sensing the target pause and turn in circles, Jenna threw a handful of black powder and chanted in Hermes, one of a witch's black spells. Due to the need of materials and incantations, Jenna rarely used these in combat, opting for the convenience of frost and flames. The black powder ignited, and a cold wind rose, surrounding Nicola with ghostly figures pressing against him. In this final interference, Franca's demoness webs wove again, sticking Nicola in place. Franca smiled. With a buzz, Nicola felt his blood spill, half surging up, half down. Under repeated charms and his severe illness, he could no longer resist. In a daze, Nicola saw the woman, whose every detail fit his aesthetic, beckon to him and offer a transparent triangular spike, symbolizing goodwill and control. I accept, Nicola thought. He didn't question why the web no longer restricted him. He reached out and grabbed the spike. His thoughts froze. Wintry blade. Under Nicola's control, Franca glanced at Jenna, signaling for her to find and destroy the remaining mirrors on him. Then Franca could form an ice spike and perform a lobotomy. Jesus, whoa! I'm sorry, I thought a lobotomy was a fucking Lumion special, like squeeze me? What the fuck? Can you even lobotomize a mirror person? Is their brain just a mirror and it shatters? Who knows? With Lumina absent, there was no one to use the ritual leather over the animal creation spell. Jenna nodded, cutting off the lower half of Nicholas' right sleeve and taking off his coat. She found 5 remaining mirrors and smashed them. and Nicola did not resist during this process, looking at Franca with a mixture of obsession and pain. He still held the blade. Franca's left hand formed a long, thin spike. Suddenly, Nicola's expression twisted. Knowledge infusion? Why now, goddammit, Franca thought. In a severely dying state, Nicola was unlikely to withstand this. He might lose control. In a flash, Franca discarded the ice spike and the wintry blade, taking out a mirror that reflected him, then wiped the glass with her hand, covered in flames. Nicola's skin was marked with numerous cracks and strange things forming inside him. At that moment, flames erupted from his body, burning his soul. Using his blood dripping from Nicola's hand, Jenna began a curse while Anthony aimed the revolver at him, ready to use certain death. The two demonesses acted before Nicola could lose control, ending his life. Nicola fell to the void silently in the dark mirror world. The eye-like objects hidden in his flesh stopped moving. Franca set up a ritual, completing the magic mirror divination. In her makeup mirror, Nicola's eerie, pale figure appeared. The ghost's eyes still held a trace of obsession with Franca, now included pain and despair. A demoness's charm is terrifying. I wonder if baby Cupid from the Scrooge path can make someone fall hopelessly in love too, Franca thought. Are you Griffith? Yes, I am pleased you know and remember my true name, Nicola smiled. Franca was speechless for a moment. Do you know what happened to your superior, Camarello of the 10 Pillars? Nicola looked at her. He should be feeling the call of the wilderness. Wilderness? Franca didn't hide. Nicola eagerly explained. In the fourth epoch. This is the same as Persona 5, the same song. This woman's voice is hauntingly beautiful, I'll say it. In the fourth epoch, can you guys give me 2 minutes? I'm just going to quickly check if my food is here. If it is, I'm just going to eat on the side here because I don't want to fucking... because I don't want it to get cold. I'll be right back, okay? Give me 2 minutes. Listen to the fucking beautiful music anyway. What happened? Oh shit, goddamn. Awareness, you didn't have to, dude, seriously, holy fuck. Thank you, you really didn't have to. Sorry. We're trying to use the... Nah, awareness is nice. He wouldn't use the ball dunk emoji. Fuck you guys, okay? You guys are dicks. Just better to type it? Oh, fuck you. I was trying to be so nice, too. If anyone's wondering, I got the nugget meal. Because I'm a fat fuck. Much more realistically, Mom made something I don't eat, so... Here we are. That does feel worse, yeah. I don't know why, but seeing it typed out, like the fact that he goes, instead of just... It's awareness, so it's not like, oh, he's like, I don't want to buy the membership, which is like... Which is totally okay if you don't want to buy it, by the way. Like, no judgment here, right? But he will purposely choose not to do it and then type it out to, like, I don't know. It somehow feels... It would be like... I don't know, if someone paid, like, $10 every day to just, like, minorly inconvenience you, it would be like... Or, like, someone went out of their way to minor, like... You know, someone, like, trips you because they hate you, and it's like, that's annoying, okay? But imagine some motherfucker from a different fucking classroom who has to walk over every morning to trip you. That's some psychological fuckery. Like, this motherfucker will put it in his schedule like, oh, I gotta go fuck with that guy. I don't know. The fact that he types it out just makes it worse for some reason. I don't know why. The wilderness, Franca asked. In the fourth epoch tree near the ruined palace of Alista Tudor, beside his remains. No. His remains. No. No. Under them. Well, there's a wilderness somewhere there. All mystery priors and savants returned to that wilderness. All mystery priors and savants. The only thing powerful enough to influence both pathways must be the Celestial Master. What else do you know of this wilderness, Franca asked? Nothing else. According to our leader, the higher the sequence of the mystery prior or savant, the more likely they are to hear the call of the wilderness. The hidden sage should stand atop the mystery prior. So during the hostile incident, the seal of the fourth epoch, Trier was broken. The leak of the wilderness power affected him, grabbing him matter. Is Camarella in a similar state? He is in Trier after all. Has Camarella returned to that wilderness? Franca asked. Not yet. He's probably just deteriorating, unable to maintain himself well, and resisting the call. If he were to return, he'd have to pass through our mirror world. He wouldn't escape our leader's notice. If our leader knew, I would know too. For Trier, Camarella returning to the wilderness may not be a bad thing. According to Griffith, Camarella is a powerful bomb that could go off at any time. Do you know where he's hiding now? Franca asked. No. He hasn't spoken to me in a while. The last time we met was in the catacombs. Griffith, what was your original goal in infiltrating the Moses Ascetic Order? Nicola emphasized, I am the original. Our goal was to make the higher-ups of the Moses Ascetic Order gradually aware of the wilderness and help us unseal the fourth epoch Trier at a critical moment. Did Camarella know of the wilderness and its exact location thanks to your help? Yes, Nicola said. So this is both good and bad for me. It took a lot to get Camarella's trust and interest in the wilderness without arousing suspicion, but now all that is wasted. I have to figure out a way to gain the trust of another pillar. So why is that good? Franca asked. If Camarella returns to the wilderness, I may be able to get a mysticologist beyond her characteristics someday. Mysticologist is sequence 4 of the Mystery Prior, Frank asked. Can you ascend by drinking? Can you mirror people ascend by drinking potions? Frank asked. Do I know Mysticologist? I just want to, because I know there's a couple sequences I'm missing. I just want to be sure that if and when I see them, I write them down. I know Mysticologist, right? It doesn't seem like I would when I'm missing, but I'll just check it. Yeah, I have that one. We're good. Huh. Yes, I can ascend to Mysticologist by drinking the potion. I'm the original. Have you ever drunk a potion? Frank asked. No. No characteristic then, eh? Morin, Avigneu's been dead for a while. Your leader can't leave the seal and frequently get feedback or give orders. Who's handling the day-to-day matters and contacting mere people in Trier? It is Palia. She receives instructions and information from the leader, Nicola replied. The mineralogist. Jasmine, I'm tracking. No wonder she appears in underground Trier twice despite being wanted. She's rebuilding the network. Can you contact her? Franca asked. And there's only one way for now, Nicola responded. This way, if any of us are exposed, it doesn't affect the others. According to the previous arrangement, Palia contacts me through the mirror world once every week to check in. Exchange info, usually between Sunday, between 8 and 10. That's quite troublesome, but safe, I suppose, Franca said. Franca criticized silently and saw Nicola's image fading, about to disappear, and asked a quick question. Besides the fourth epoch tree and the current Trier, where does your mirror world connect? This question came from Lumin's letters. A strange place, much like the fourth epoch Trier, with many people inside, but we cannot enter. Marora. Interesting. Did some of your companions go to Lenberg to find that place? Yes. Although we cannot go directly, if we can enter normally, we can use the mirror world's power. Nicholas said as he began to lose his soul's integrity. He looked at Franca, lingering and painfully scanning her face. Watching Nicola disappear completely, Franca sighed. Charm can last so long. It may take a day or two to fade completely. Well, for him it faded instantly, so who gives a fuck? Repeated charm in daily life can indeed make someone fall in love with me. I wonder how long this love lasts without supernatural influence. A year should be fine, but it's hard to say for a 7-year itch. Hunters can form teams and so can demonesses, eh? But the loyalty and rapport will be higher. The only issue is team members may not fully cooperate and could hate each other. What a mess. Franca put away the mirror and said, "No need to wait, this guy doesn't have any characteristics." Jenna searched his body and collected the loot. 460 Vorldor and 9 scrolls. The scroll's effects and incantations required a magic mirror divination to reveal. Glancing at Nicola's body, Anthony asked, should we have someone use a lie to disguise as Nicola and wait for Palia to contact? We can, but it's unlikely. We can bury the body and carry out anti-divination and anti-prophecy, but there's still many days till Sunday. The mirror people may notice something wrong, but we can always try. After carrying out the anti-divination and anti-prophecy measures and seeing Nicola's body turn into a few broken mirror shards, Jenna frowned. Still, none of those mirror world shards. Morin didn't leave any either. The shards in Jenna's Franca's possession came from Martin and the Tamara family crypt. What kind of person leaves those shards then? Franca asked. What's so special about Martin? Next time we catch someone, we have to ask. The three tidied up the scene and Franca activated the ice amulet to teleport. During this, Franca used the amulet's power to send LEMMiNO the intel gathered. Marora, second floor of the bar. Reading a book comfortably, LEMMiNO glanced at the mirror world's looked at the room's mirror, seeing water ripples and a line of intuition appear. Reading it, LEMMiNO froze. He realized he had overlooked something. At this moment, could the mirror people sent to Lenberg investigate the whereabouts of 001 have infiltrated Marora? Could the mirror people produced by the Mausoleum's incident use that special mirror world, unlike him? By the way, awareness, are you still here, bud? If the mirror people have infiltrated Marora, what would they do? LEMMiNO thought for a while, placing the book back in his traveler bag. Now went downstairs. It was dinner time and the bar was bustling. The patrons well behaved and no one tried to act inappropriately. They weren't being civilized or moral. None of them had clean hands, and those who entered Marora were all criminals. Their compliance was more because someone had made a fatal mistake not long ago. Julie had been unstable lately, often in a daze. Unlike her usual self, she wouldn't gracefully avoid wandering hands or arms. One evening, someone found an opportunity to give her a hard pinch in the ass, and she exploded. If LEMMiNO hadn't intervened, reminding her it was an illegal duel, the drunk would have ended up missing a vital part of his anatomy. In the end, the drunk refused Julie's duel. After much negotiation, he chopped off his hand, voluntarily, as an apology. Otherwise, he might have lost control and attacked the repugnant bar owner, forcing him to self-defense. LEMMiNO glanced at Julie, whose face was devoid of smiles, walking to the kitchen while Les was finally taking a break. He picked up a caramelized finger, put it in his mouth, and chewed. LEMMiNO sighed. I need to step out for a bit. Keep an eye on Julie. No problem, Les replied, pointing to a new plate of now missing fingers. Boss, want some? I found a new cooking method. No thanks, LEMMiNO said as he left the bar, walking to the dark, unlit streets. He found a corner where he could see the graveyard and the entrance to the underground mausoleum through a window of the cathedral. Pulling over a wooden chair, he sighed and patted the backrest. The church is getting more considerate. There hadn't been chairs by the bookshelves before. Too bad there's no one to rest my feet. LEMMiNO sat down, gazing at the graveyard through the stained glass and looking at the crimson moon. According to the info, Celeste, who had been on duty in the mausoleum for 2 nights, would return at 9 tonight. LEMMiNO's goal was to make others believe he was at the cathedral to study while actually observing the entrance. His objective was simple, to mask his love of studying with the guise of observing the mausoleum. With this, he wouldn't have to waste time idling around the bar. He could finish the book sooner. What has happened to LEMMiNO? They turned my favorite drunk into a fucking nerd. Damn it, did the fucking playlist finish? Motherfucker. Wait. Awareness. Fuck, he's not here. Never mind. After repeating this several times, he thought of his sister. Back then, Aurora always urged him to study would even occasionally drag him from his desk, forcing him to look at the trees. Now he had to rely on himself. Time passed and the cathedral chimed loudly. A group of black-robed enforcers left the cathedral, crossing the graveyard and reaching the mausoleum's entrance. Soon, the group of enforcers emerged from the greyish-white stone steps leading to the mausoleum. With his hunter vision, LEMMiNO saw the leader, Celeste. The demoness emerged from the entrance slowly, expressionlessly, removing her blindfold. The line behind her was all on, each person carrying a lantern. At that moment, LEMMiNO felt a sudden, eerie sensation, as if darkness at the mausoleum's entrance had come to life. The darkness swallowed the experimental subjects in line. LEMMiNO blinked, seeing no movement in the darkness. The anomaly seemed like an illusion. LEMMiNO frowned. He counted Celeste's team yet again. He concluded one person was missing, and one lantern. LEMMiNO watched the team as they returned to the cathedral. Near the steps, Celeste turned her head, glancing at LEMMiNO. LEMMiNO crossed his right leg over his left, leaning back in his chair, meeting her gaze, feeling that Celeste had noticed his observation. And this meant she still had some self-awareness. No need to worry about Julie losing control for now, LEMMiNO sighed. He had not been worried that Celeste's issues may trigger Julie to lose control before they were fully prepared. He was worried that Celeste's issues may trigger Julie to lose control before they were prepared, interfering with his studying. Reading for a while, LEMMiNO noticed Heidelberg patrolling. Thinking for a few seconds, LEMMiNO spoke. "Your Grace, I have a question." "Ask away," Heidelberg replied. The mausoleum's taboos seemed to target the living. What if an undead or immortal creature enters? The dead should remain in eternal slumber. What do you think? Meaning an undead would fall into an eternal sleep upon entering, as expected. So I can exploit the loophole with the Eggers family mask. LEMMiNO sighed. 6-0. Let's go. My go. My country. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was not gonna watch that game because I thought it was gonna be a shit game anyway. Listen, if it's like the Olympics, I'll watch every other Canadian thing. Soccer, we're just dog shit at. Not. Can I be honest? You know what I don't understand? Can I be honest? India and China put together have like 3 billion people. 3 billion. And those motherfuckers can't find between them 22 good people to kick a ball around. What the fuck is this? 3 billion? And you can't find a group, like 1.5 billion each. And you folks can't find 11 people to kick a ball? What are we doing? What the fuck? Heidelberg spoke. While studying, remember to take care of your health and stay sharp. Don't stay up late reading. Maintain your pace. Yes, Your Grace, LEMMiNO said. He tucked the books into his bag and left the cathedral. Crossing the square, LEMMiNO saw Julie stepping out of the cathedral's side store, looking relaxed. Here to check, eh? LEMMiNO watched her disappear. Approaching the bar, he heard a pained, agonizing scream. Julie? Cut a finger? Oh wait, LEMMiNO chuckled to himself. Feeling bad, cut a finger. Feeling good, cut another. Luckily, there were enough exiles in Aurora. LEMMiNO knew their presence had tripled the death toll since they had arrived. They couldn't stay long, or the exiles' replenishment couldn't keep up. The bar was closed and LEMMiNO went behind the counter and poured himself a glass. After a while, Julie appeared. Her cheeks flushed. "Boss, were you waiting for me?" LEMMiNO took a sip and said, "Do you know my name?" "I know only that you are my boss." Celeste, as an informer, should know the names of every resident, LEMMiNO spoke. But she said Louis must be a fake name. "I don't believe you didn't ask someone on the outside to investigate," LEMMiNO asked. Julie pouted, only saying it doesn't matter, does it? "True," LEMMiNO responded. "I caught a mirror person in the underground trio who told me his companions went to Lemberg to find Aurora. Intel suggests they may be here." Julie's smile faded, replaced with a serious look. LEMMiNO finished his glass and put it down and went upstairs. Julie sat in silence. then left the bar. In an empty house in Marora, the demoness put on a gold ring with blue gems and sat before a half-length mirror. Her reflection wavered slightly, showing some changes. Okay, I know we said we were going to go to 26, but do you guys mind if we stop at 24 today? I'm beat, man. I'm a lot better than yesterday, but I'm still beat. Thanks, not. Thanks, Chris. You know what's crazy? They lost the Cricket World Cup to Aussie? Really? Let's go. Sal putting up numbers. You gotta imagine Sal is on the Aussie national team. Why do I gotta imagine that? I don't know. I don't really know another Aussie person off heart, so. Chris Hemsworth. Oh, by the way, have you guys seen the... Oh, okay. Okay, let me show you the... Hold on. Let me show you a real quick meme. Oh, please tell me I can find it. Please tell me I can find it. Oh, I can't find. I'm not gonna be able to find it. Fuck. That's fine. Never mind. Julie watched her reflection in the mirror become bloodstained. Her expression turned cold and her eyes filling with malice. She wasn't surprised. Instead, she smirked with a hint of racism. That's not what it says. With a hint of sarcasm. Julie, whoa! Whoa, 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 trying to get me cancelled over here. Dude, I read the SM at the end and my brain went ism and then it just, oh my god. Fuck. The reflection became agitated, clawing at the glass as if trying to scratch out an escape. Her face twisted and the malice in her eyes seemed almost tangible. All I hear when I click back, fuck, is bad timing. Awareness, bad timing, okay? By the way, awareness, I wanted to say, one, seriously, thank you for the support, man. I know I say it, but like I appreciate you so much, okay? It's just been a really shit week and you don't know how much that means to me, genuinely. And then on a less kind of fucking sentimental note, no fucking cringe shit. Seriously, dude, Persona 3 music, such a good suggestion. This shit is peak as fuck. What the fuck? I will definitely play Persona 3. The music is so fucking good. Before long, another figure appeared behind her, a man with short brown hair resembling a strong semblance to Julie. Julie rubbed the blue-green gem-crusted gold ring on her thumb, then watched as the female and male versions of herself shrank and faded, revealing the current atmosphere. It was a dark, almost lightless world. Beyond this world, countless points of light resembling different mirrors dotted the surroundings. Most were affected by Marora's seal. hazy and unreachable. Julie swept her gaze across a few clear points, her intuition guiding her to a particular mirror. Inside that mirror, a figure appeared. Sensing Julie's gaze, the figure recoiled and left the mirror. Julie reached into the mirror and pulled herself through. Ignoring the curse and anger from the reflection, she transported to the mirror that had shown the shadow. Emerging from a small mirror in a long abandoned room, Julie turned to the window beside the mirror, observing the outside. She saw a graveyard bathed in moonlight, a cathedral-like library, and a visible entrance to the mausoleum. Muttering, "The mirror people have indeed come." Upstairs in the bar, LEMMiNO reclined in his chair, feet propped up, engrossed in his book. He had told Julie of the mirror people to leverage the demoness sex power to confirm and search for them. They'll be doing Persona 4 Remastered in 27. Be a good time to finish it by then. We'll do. No. We'll play. I'm gonna do. So the plan right now is I'm gonna do Outer Wilds. I don't know how long the game is, but I'm gonna do Outer Wilds. Once Outer Wilds is done, I'm gonna do Witcher 3. But Witcher 3 is not gonna take long because I just want to play it. I've done the story and I've played it, I don't know, infinite times. So it's not going to take me long to finish it. I won't be doing all the side quests and shit, but like I'll be doing some of them. Just so I can get ready for the new DLC that's coming out in like end of the year or something, maybe next year. And then I'll do Persona 3 probably. That's the way we'll do it. Or I guess depends on when the DLC comes out. I don't actually know. If the DLC comes out next year, I can just do Witcher 3 next year. Remembering Herberg's advice not to overextend himself, LEMMiNO decided to end his studies and get some sleep, just as he was about to close the book. Oh yeah, I played Persona 5, I loved it, but it's the only Persona I've ever played. Now someone knocked on his door just then. It was Julie. She nodded at LEMMiNO and said, "I found a mirror person spying on the mausoleum, but couldn't catch him." "Only one?" LEMMiNO asked. "Only one." She turned and headed to her room. LEMMiNO chuckled. Not only did he not catch them, you couldn't even see what they looked like. His voice was low, almost to himself, but loud enough for her to hear. "At least I found traces, better than someone who needs me to confirm it." "I was just letting you fulfill your pitiful, insignificant purpose," LEMMiNO pretended to be stung, retorted. Julie ignored him and went to her room. LEMMiNO smirked and closed the door. Why is he being such a bitch? Death theme for story? Cool. But those damn investigation days? Investigation days? You know what I loved? My message didn't show up, rip. You must have... Interesting. Yeah. In a daze, LEMMiNO saw bloodstained land, collapsed structures, and towering pillars, which were broken. Driven by instinct, he walked forward, passing through the burning palaces, torrential rain, and a forest of lightning. He stopped before a corpse, the body charred black, the face flayed. Beneath it lay a mountain of bodies and bones. LEMMiNO's gaze followed the corpse upwards, sometimes meeting their eye sockets, which burned with pale or red flames. Alright, bye, weirdest. Finally, he was about to see the top of the mountain, but fear and a compulsion to stop thinking and follow orders overwhelmed him. He jerked awake, gasping for breath. Another nightmare. They're becoming more clear. LEMMiNO glanced towards the ground, reaching as if to touch something. He grasped only air. He calmed himself and muttered, "At this rate, when I finish the books, these nightmares will transform. What will that bring? If the nightmares get clearer and stronger, I may lose control in my sleep, and the others would have a chance to challenge an angel. No. The Church of Knowledge would eliminate me first. Having sealed Ludwig, they wouldn't hesitate to seal another." LEMMiNO rubbed his temples, agreeing with Herberg's advice. Don't rush. even if corrupted, proceed gradually. Lumen sighed that believing in 5 or 6 days when he had finished the books, the situation would change in his favor. But can the situation remain stable till then? Since the last injury, Albus hasn't appeared. Wennick regained control of the agricultural company, but no longer has fixed offices. Celeste's duty in the mausoleum is both a risk and an opportunity. She may have advanced the demoness's plans, and Julie's opportunity could be coming soon. They give you nightmares? True, kids. Listen, kids. Studying is doubting your potential. And you know what the one thing everyone always tells you? Be confident. Don't doubt yourself. Don't study. Play games all night before the exam. And then drink a Red Bull before going in and just ace the exam. That's it. It's not that complicated. It's what I did for 4 years of university. And look who's a grad. This guy. Lumen mused that Albus, Wennick, or the Demoness sect would likely make a move involving the mausoleum soon. They may not know the importance of studying or that Lumen was diligently studying, but they must sense that delaying things would make them worse. Don't use AI. No, using AI is cheating. And we don't cheat, damn it. We procrastinate. Maybe a little bit of cheating here and there, okay? Trier. Franca's apartment. Franca was smug about planning and executing a successful ambush. This felt more rewarding than leading a team raid in her pre-transmigration games. She pointed to the cash and scrolls and said, "Let's split the spoils. You two go first." Using the magic mirror divination, the demonesses had identified the effects and incantations for the scrolls. There's a sun scroll, a healing scroll, a lightning scroll, burn, flash, wind, freezing, paralysis, and secret voice. Anthony gestured for Jenna to go first. Jenna, not wasting time, took the sun, lightning, and flash scrolls. Anthony chose healing, paralysis, and freezing, leaving some money and 3 scrolls for Franca. Franca picked up the voice scroll and said this is perfect for coordinating. Surprised you didn't want it. The secret voice scroll creates a secret channel linking 3 to 5 people within 50 meters, allowing them to communicate without being overheard or blocked. You could leave it for Lumion, Jenna thought, but didn't want to say anything. As they chatted, a messenger from Madame Judgment delivered a letter. The Moses Ascetic Order will handle the abnormality in Cameraldo. You don't need to follow up. In Trier, in a room with overturned furniture and papers everywhere, the Hermit, a major arcana holder from the Tarot Club, whom Franca and team had met before, stood before a wall covered in meaningless lines. Wearing black frame glasses and a deep black robe adorned with eye-shaped purple patterns, examining faint traces in dried blackened blood, tears, and saliva. A nearly transparent, eyelashless eye and indifferent eye hovered above her. Silently observing, its gaze seemed to contain countless stars and scenes. After a while, the Hermit ignored the blackened blood, taking a small amount of the powder stained with tears and saliva. A dreamlike pumpkin carriage appeared before her, altering her appearance, aura, and physique. The Hermit calmly sat in the carriage. A group of mice pulled the pumpkin carriage into a tunnel outside the Trier catacombs. Still seated in the carriage, the Hermit conjured a vibrant, unreal ball of yarn, infused the powder from before into the yarn, and threw it into the tunnel's depths, leaving a bright thread on the ground, pointing the way forth. We're finally getting some Tarot Club stuff. Only took fucking 800 chapters. Goddamn. Listen, today was a quiet stream, but I figured it would be so. Honestly, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I really thought it was just gonna be me for the whole stream. So the fact that you guys came, I appreciate the 3 of you, okay? I appreciate you, Chris. Not awareness, if you're still here. If not, don't worry about it. I appreciate you guys, okay? Thank you so much. And there's someone else here. There's someone else here for sure. Who's MX? I don't know if MX is still here. He might be asleep. But I don't know. Oh, Bug, fuck me. You are still here, man. All right. Thanks, Bug. Thank you for coming, man. All right, that's like I really thought you had left. I'm not gonna lie to you. Alright, guys. Bard, come on. We play games together, alright? You and I are just friends at this point. Come on. Come on. What's a little forgetting between friends and one? Alright, guys. That's it. I'll catch y'all tomorrow, okay?